No.
Okay, I think you'll get a kick out of it. It's just all about longevity and health and how the happiest people are laughing all the time, but they still have some schedule. So I asked this because I want to hear about a day in the life of Sue. What
Okay.
does your day look like? What time do you wake up? What are you eating? When are you hanging out with friends, family until you go to bed?
Yeah, I get up around 7, um, and I always fit in an hour workout every day. I take one day off, and that's because I do a lot of strength training. I'm not supposed to do as much cardio, but I love cardio, so I do it. Um, so I fit an hour in a day. I garden. I live in Houston, Texas, which is probably 4 months. I'm sorry, 9 months of intense heat. So I'm out. I'm outdoors a lot. I love to garden. Love to take care of our flowers. So I have little pockets of groups that I belong to. It could be the garden club. It could be my fitness friends. I volunteer at the church, not excessively, because I don't know. I just have too many hobbies. That's my problem. So
I love it.
I do volunteer at the church. And then I'm always planning for the kids. Our kids are in their early 20s. One is working with a job. So in his area, I'm planning for real estate. Scouting when is his first real estate property. Our daughter is still in her last year at school. She's an opera singer. And do I know how to raise an opera singer? No, no. So I'm learning that field in addition to helping her take that next extra level, not in a talent and in a creative sense. She's got coaches for that, but more of just allowing her to explore the areas she needs to explore. And another great thing about being financially, independent and being able to take care of other people, in your family is I get to help her build her dream. I can't say that, about my situation, just because not everybody had that luxury of growing up in a family that allowed you to build your dreams. And now I can say that I am with our kids. Yeah.
That's so cool. I
Yeah.
want to know a little bit about the dynamic with you and your husband.
Yeah.
Every relationship is different with how they manage finances. Does your husband go, Sue, you're going to run the finances. I trust you. We're good. Is it a collaborative effort? How do you guys talk about that?
Well, I'm a financial planner as far as professionally, but corporations.
Hmm.
So I pretty much have handled all the finances, and then I set the budget, and then but he's the executive team. Me and him, Ben and I.
Cool.
So when we're getting ready to make an executive decision, so our next project is doing phase 3 of our remodels of our house. Well, I've got what I need to do as far as our projects. I don't necessarily know how much it's going to cost. So I'm doing the scoping. I'm the project manager. I'm scoping it. And then when I've got a list of things I'm ready to present, then he helps me decide. But he's pretty hands off. But back to the retirement question, I before I stopped working, I centralized all of our assets, our investment assets, in one brokerage. Loaded everything on the app on their phones. Our kids are on the same brokerage, so my husband and I, can see our portfolio from our phone. We can see our kids, assets. We're pretty much the administrators. We're not executing the movements of cash, but we're their advisors. And my goal is sooner or later, our assets are going to transfer to them, the kids. But it won't be a surprise when it happens. So,
That's interesting because a
yeah.
lot of families struggle to talk about finances. It's taboo. Did you raise them in a way so that they are aware of how finances are discussed? What was that like?
Yeah, it didn't start young, Ari, because, kids, they'll grow up, their maturity levels are just different. Now that they're in their early 20s, they're ready. We're ready to talk about real adult stuff. I don't hide anything from them now. But before, it was very simple. We would talk about just simple decision analysis on buying this versus delaying this to get something else. but now we can talk about adult subjects since they are adults. So it's
They have
kind
a
of
full
fun.
mom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is cool.
Uh,
I think you would have very fun dinners.